All right, good afternoon, everyone. Members of the public and members of this committee. This is a meeting of the Planning Land Use Management Committee. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Harris Dawson absent. Councilmember Lee?
Present?
Councilmember Yaroslavsky? Here. Councilmember Padilla? Present. Councilmember Hutt?
Here.
4 members present and a quorum.
All right, let's start off by taking public comment on agenda items. Our goal is to get to as many speakers as possible. We will then move through the agenda one item at a time, listen to staff presentations, and vote on the items accordingly. Madam Clerk, can you please read the rules for public comment into the record?
Yes, sir. Appellants and/or their representatives and applicants and/or their representatives will be allowed to speak for a total of 3 minutes per side, unless otherwise noted by the chair. Members of the public wishing to speak on one agenda item only shall have an opportunity to speak for 1 minute. Appellants and applicants will be given an opportunity to speak when their item is called. Each appellant and applicant has a total of 3 minutes to speak. An appellant can choose to have a single representative speak on his or her behalf or divide the 3 minutes among his or her team. Anyone else, including an attorney or project manager, wishing to speak on an appellant's behalf who does not do so during this 3-minute period may offer a minute of public comment whenever the committee chairperson opens the public comment period for the meeting, which is usually at the beginning of the meeting. Therefore, we expect that appellants and applicants have their respective teams assembled and ready to present at the appropriate times today. Members of the public wishing to speak on more than one item shall state that and shall be allowed to speak for a total of 2 minutes. Failure to submit public comment in a timely manner before the comment period for the item ends results in forfeiture of the opportunity to participate in public comment for the item. If I may, for the record, the financial disclosure statement item for item number 3 has been submitted and uploaded to council file number 24-1200-S15. Madam City Attorney, please provide additional guidance on public comment.
Adrian Corazani, City Attorney's Office. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not speaking on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you're on an agenda item, you will receive one brief warning. If you do not immediately get clearly on topic, or if you stray off topic and disrupt the meeting, you will forfeit the rest of your time and we will move on to the next speaker. We will inform you when your time is up.
Thank you very much. Before we turn to public comment, I'd like to open the floor for any additional amendments or additional recommendations from council members or staff or the department. Now is the time to read those recommendations into the record for any items on today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, on behalf of CD14, I will read the amending language to condition 3CI1. This is a condition for item 7, as noted on today's agenda, which is Council File 231150, again in CD14. The amending language relates to the condition on public benefit payments. The additional language recommended by the Council District is to augment to the clause. At the end of the clause, it will read, and eviction prevention and rental assistance programs. The complete sentence reads, the funds shall be utilized for construction and operation of affordable housing developments, and this is a new language, I repeat, and eviction prevention and rental assistance programs.
All right,
That concludes the additional language submitted by CD14, and they prepare a letter and submitted it to the city clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mejia. Madam Clerk, there's been a request to continue item number 6 to May 21st, so without objection, that will be the order. Okay, let's move to public comment. Colleagues have moved to public comment.
Chase Preciado and Wynn.
Mr. Chair, with your indulgence, sir, we need to take a vote on item 6 on the continuance.
All right,
I
thank
will
you very
call-
much.
I will call the roll, sir. Mr. Lee,
Aye.
Ms. Yaroslavsky,
Yes.
Ms. Padilla,
Yes.
Ms. Hutt.
Aye.
4 members, and that item is continued, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mejia.
Chase Preciado, Ann Wynn, Chris Vadea, Kobe Joe Perez, Corey, Doug Summers, Eli Gonzalez, Eon McCarron, and Eric Farrar. As you approach the mic, please state your name and which items you're speaking on.
Good afternoon, Ann Wynn with the Central City Association, speaking on items 7 and 8. We are in strong support of this project. It will replace an existing parking garage with 580 units of much-needed housing units and over 7,000 square feet of retail space. Also located within a half-mile of the 7th and Metro Station, future residents will be positioned to live car-free close to 4 rail lines. Mitsui is a longtime downtown LA stakeholder with their project at 8th and Fig nearing completion, and they have demonstrated a commitment to growing the residential community in downtown. We hope that you will support this project and urge an aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Next speaker, please state your name and which items you're speaking on.
Good afternoon. My name is Kobe Joe Perez. I'm a representative with the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters. I'll be speaking today on items 7 and 8. Economic security. In anticipation of a recession, high-paying construction jobs keep families secured. The developer, Mitsui, was the only developer to start building its 8th and Figueroa project after COVID started and before a vaccine had been approved. The 8th and Figueroa project has generated $740 million and 4,600 jobs over the past 3 years while it has been under construction in the downtown LA. And with developers like Mitsui, we place our carpenters to work on the projects like these, and we call that saving for a rainy day when it comes to developers like these with good, skilled, paying jobs. Like I said, we call that saving for a rainy day. And our carpenters, with a good paying job like that, they're able to put a little bit aside. And when there isn't much work going on, we encourage our highly skilled carpenters to put a little bit aside for that. So when we're out of work, we're able to have a little bit aside and get our bills paid and stuff. So we appreciate Mitsui building in our area. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Next speaker, please state your name and which items you're speaking on.
Good afternoon. My name is Eric Farrar, and I'm with the over 6,000 member-strong Sheet Metal Workers Local Union 105. We're asking that items 7 and 8 be continued or rejected. Developers have a choice, and this developer is choosing to not hire locally and to not invest in good jobs and in our neighborhoods by not including all local trades in this project. We call on you as our elected representatives to stand up for working people and for the families we support by continuing on voting no on this project unless the developer of this 50-story skyscraper does the right thing for LA. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Doug Summers. I represent Local 709 Fire Sprinkler Fitters, Los Angeles, an organization that's been protecting Angelenos for over 100 years. The developer of this item, a 50-story tower, refuses to hire local skilled workers who install this life-saving equipment. So we must strongly oppose it. It should be continued or rejected with a no vote. We are asking you as elected officials to stand with the community, and we are very concerned with the project could get this far in the process without commitments to hire from local unions and a skilled workforce. We ask you to oppose this project, please. Thank you.
Good evening, Council. My name is Corey Crockerham. I'm a member of the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters, Local 323. Mitsui is a responsible developer. Hiring responsible general contractors has been proven with the 8th and Fig project. This project will not only hire local and skilled folks from the community, but it will change lives. Sometimes folks get into this industry and may not understand what the path that they're taking, but this project will help them find their way. Most folks enter the workforce and they're lost. A project like this one will help someone who's lost get into the middle class, provide for their family, put food on the table, clothes on the kids' backs, and have a respectable retirement when they retire. I urge that you approve this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Calling a few more names: Eric Saavedra, George Bocanegra, Godfrey Rashira, Gus Torres, Gerard Ferruccio, Jose Pena, Kate Luna, Manny Salcido, Maria C., and Omar Galindo. Please state your name and which items you're speaking on.
Good afternoon. My name is Eli Gonzalez, and I'm here on behalf of 20,000 members of the District Council of Iron Workers and their families. We ask that you continue items 7 and 8 or vote no. It's simple. The developer will not commit to hiring local skilled iron workers, and we are the community as much as anyone else. And to be honest, we often have to drive far, hours away to do the work when we do it here in our backyard. So when a project is right in our own city, we would love a chance, and I think we deserve the opportunity to work on it. Local hire is a no-brainer, and it matters. It makes every community better. Please continue this project unless commitments are made to create good jobs in all trades. Otherwise, the only vote on this project must be a no. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Gus Torres, and I'm speaking today on behalf of UA Local 250 pipe fitters, welders, HVAC service techs, and apprentices, representing 6,700 members. We are here to make sure this committee hears our strong opposition to items 7 and 8 for the 8th Grant and Hope project. The state of California's guidelines for LA County classifies a family of 4 making $100,000 a year as low-income family. That's because of higher grocery bills, higher utility bills, higher gas prices, higher insurance rates, and higher rents. So this committee cannot support a project that does not commit to local, skilled, and trained jobs for all trades. You must continue items 7 and 8, and if no commitments are made, we must insist that you vote no. LA cannot afford more luxury towers built on the backs of unprotected workers. Thank you for your time, and God bless.
Good afternoon. My name is Jared Ferruccio, and I'm here on behalf of PIPE and the thousands of workers we represent, as well as their families. We should never take the wealth and prosperity of our city for granted. When a developer brings an opportunity to strengthen our middle class through providing good careers in the skilled trades, we must take advantage. And those trades not being invited should be heard. We are asking the developer to come to the table and are being flat out ignored. We are a vital part of the community. Please continue this project so that the developer can give us an opportunity to be involved or deny it outright. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Plum Committee members. My name is Eric Saavedra, and I'm here today to speak against the project on 8th Grant and Hope. According to the California Housing Partnership, LA is short 270,000 affordable housing units to meet current demand. This project must include 11% or 64 units of affordable housing. Otherwise, this project is both harmful and illegal. Continue this project until the developer includes affordable housing or reject it forever. Thank you, and God bless you.
Good afternoon. My name is George Bocanegra, and I'll be speaking on item number 7 and number 8. I am a member of the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters. I live, work, and recreate in the vicinity of the project. The Western States Regional Council of Carpenters supports this project. The developer has committed to work with contractors that will hire locally and utilize apprentices from a state-certified apprenticeship training program. I would like to express my support for this project as I believe that it will benefit the environment and the local economy by practicing protocols that will protect worker health and safety and incorporate adequate environmental mitigation. Mitsui is a responsible developer. There's been plenty of union members from all trades that worked on the 8th and Figueroa project. We strongly recommend this project goes forward. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, council members. I'm speaking on items 7 and 8. My name is Jose Pina with Creed LA. An EIR is more than just a simple to-do item for a project. It's a document that requires thorough studies and analysis, and unfortunately, this EIR falls short. Over 36 months, heavy equipment operation will unleash diesel particulate matter, a toxic air contaminant that poses a grave risk to our community, increasing people's risks of cancer. For the good of our city, we must address these glaring emissions in the EIR regarding this project's construction's emissions. The project simply represents impacts that are significant and that require mitigation. In order to protect our residents, we strongly urge you to deny this project. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Godfrey Washira. I'm also with Creed LA, talking on items 7 and 8. And I'm here in opposition to the 8th Grand and Hope project. I want to point out that the project will have significant environmental impacts. Unfortunately, the statement of overriding considerations does not ensure employment opportunities for skilled and trained workforce. And I submit unto thee today, the City Council has the legal standing and power to require the applicant to improve the community and economic benefits to measure JJJ standards. And don't listen to those who will tell you that you don't have that power or legal standing. You do. Use it. Use the power for the benefit of the people. Use your legal standing to ensure that the project's benefit outweigh the costs as required by the law. Use your power to renew and strengthen the faith in the government for the people, because that is the power you have here today. For as the project stands right now, you cannot approve it. It doesn't meet legal requirements. Use your power. Let the people believe in you. Let the people know there is a government in LA that listens to the people, that works for the people, and that everybody who can benefit out of a development project is able to benefit from it. Thank you, and God bless you.
Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin Luna, and I'm here today to speak out against item number 8. It's not very often that I hear about a project that will do so much damage to the city of Los Angeles as this one will. Every single person in this room can tell you that affordable housing is something that we desperately need. And a new tower with almost 600 units could make a huge dent in our housing crisis. But it seems this developer wants only to make a profit and appeal to the richest Los Angelinos. Address the housing crisis, help Los Angeles, and vote no on this project. Thanks.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Maria Coronado. I'm a 34-year member of Western States Carpenters, and our city needs housing. We are in full support of this project. Mitsui Fudosan has been investing in building in downtown LA for over 40 years. Projects like these help middle-class families put food on the table. The companies employ women and allow for an opportunity for long-term careers. I've been a carpenter for 34 years, and I've been able to stand on my own 2 feet and pay my own way. These companies offer great wages and benefits and a dignified retirement. Mitsui Fudosan started that 5th and 8th project during COVID-19 before a vaccine was available, allowing for Angelinos to work and support their families. Local jobs like these bring wealth to the community, and we need to continue to build in our great city, using responsible developers and contractors that play by the rules and offer a living wage. Western States Carpenters in full support of this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Calling a few more names: Omar Galindo, Paul Moreno, Robert Ramos, Robert Rowe, Rodney Cobos, Sarah Aveyan, Shomari Davis, Teresa Leon, Wanye McDonald. You may begin, speaker.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Omar Galindo on behalf of UA Plumbers Local 78 and our 2,000 members, some of which are in attendance here today with me. I'm speaking on item number 7, the 8th Grand and Hope project, and the developer Mitsui Fudosan. It's true, they did build the 8th and 5th project with the rest of the construction labor unions. However, on this one, they have not. And that is why we are not supporting this project. This project has, and the developer have the opportunity to help people like myself, like our members here, to have good paying middle-class careers with pension and retirement. And they have chosen not to give it to us by not providing the opportunity for local hire, apprenticeship opportunities, and middle-class careers for the men and women of Los Angeles. Because of this, we urge you to continue this project until all of our local skilled workforce is part of it. If not, then vote no to item number 7. Thank you.
Good afternoon, City Council Planning Commissioners. My name is Juan Luna. I am a member of the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters, and I would like to give public comment on items number 7 and 8. The project will create high-paying local jobs. According to the nonprofit LA Economic Development Corporation, LAEDC, the project will generate nearly 5,600 jobs and $720 million of economic output while under construction. Going forward after construction, 520 jobs and $122 million will be generated annually by the project. This project will bring many job opportunities for our members and their families for years to come. This project will also bring new opportunities for people that are seeking a great career opportunity. I strongly urge you to approve this project. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Manny Salcido, and I'm speaking on items 7 and 8. I'm a representative for Local 213 Los Angeles of the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters with 90,000 members in 12 states and 38,000 of them here in Southern California. Today I'm here in support of the 8th Grand and Hope project. This project is a great opportunity to address the housing crisis in the state of California, but mainly here in Los Angeles, where we have many Angelenos who need to be housed. The 8th Grand and Hope project will create badly needed housing near jobs, near bus stations and metro stations. This project will consist of 58 apartment units housing more than 800 people that make downtown LA a vibrant city. The project also has a number of substantial features, a designed garage to be converted so people can live it in the future. Please help us support this project and increase housing equity resources in this community. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Good afternoon. My name is Rodney Cobos, and I'll be speaking on agenda items 7 and 8 as well. I'm here to represent the Southern California Pipe Trades District Council 16, representing over 18,000 members in Southern California. We are here to express our strong opposition to the 8th Grand and Hope project and ask for a no vote. We work hard to provide young men and women with a pathway to a rewarding career in the construction industry, especially the piping industry. It is therefore bitterly disappointing that the applicant will not commit to the training of our future generations of skilled plumbers, pipe fitters, HVAC technicians, and sprinkler fitters. Do not settle for this project as currently proposed. Vote no on a project that does little for its community members. Thank you.
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Robert Rowe, former fire marshal and 27 years experience in the fire service. I'm calling your attention to the inadequate fire flow on this project. I've reviewed Robert Burt, a fire protection engineer on this project, who has basically has huge concern with regard to the fire flow calculations on this project. It's extremely critical to this project, and adhering to the fire flow requirements set forth by the City of Los Angeles, which I'm not going to go into detail, but referenced in his letter on March 1st, I think you guys have a copy of it, that the fire flow required for this development was deficient. He concludes in his letter that fire flow for the prospective site may be inadequate, and inadequate fire flow for the site would result in significant impacts that would likely require mitigation in the form of substantial water main improvements and infrastructure. I speak from years of experience, and I appreciate your time. I'm voting in opposition of this project. Thank you.
Good evening, councilors. My name is Wanye McDonald, and I'm here to speak in opposition of items 7 and 8. In 2022, Mayor Bass declared a state of emergency in the city of LA to lift all rules and regulations that slow or prevent the building of permanent and temporary housing for the unhoused. Approving this project today without affordable housing literally prevents permanent housing in violation and is a violation to that order. Continue this project until it includes affordable, or oppose it forever. Thank you and God bless.
Good afternoon. My name is Shamari Davis. I'm with the Electricians Union, and I'm speaking in opposition of 7 and 8. We represent about almost 9,000 electrical workers who are in Los Angeles County, and we really work hard for those families. Those families work hard to make it here. We ask that you continue items 7 and 8 on the 8th and Grand Hope project. I really think that the word responsible developer has just been thrown around. What does responsible mean? You have to be accountable. They have not agreed to hire all of the local trades. You can't build a building with one trade. You need all the trades. We are all part of this community, and we all who just finished a really good project on 8th and Grand, it's open, it's thriving. What has changed? Why is there only one trade that's signed on this project? We represent the entire community, the building community, the MVP trades. We are part of this community. We want to have a stake in this community. In this project, there's a couple of variances that we feel are a public subsidy. They're going to be allowed to have less trees. They're going to be allowed to have less parking spaces. So therefore, they owe the public something to be able to build this project. You have to hire locally because we're part of this community. You have to have affordable housing because City of LA needs affordable housing, a percentage of this project. So unless those things are met, then you don't deserve the public subsidies and you don't deserve to build here in LA. So you have to do those, and we urge you to vote no. If you want to be a part of this community, be a part of all of us.
Thank you, committee members. My name is Paul Marino, and I'm one of the 5,000 plus iron workers at Local 433. We are here today to ask that you continue items 7 and 8. If continuance could not be granted, we ask for a no vote instead. For Los Angeles to survive, we need shared prosperity. We need projects that support families and invest in our communities. This 50-story tower only extracts wealth from our community. Please, stand up for LA's working people by taking action to make sure this project includes all trades within our local skilled workforce. We ask that you continue or vote no on items 7 and 8. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Robert Ramos, and I am here to say that 3,200 ironworkers of Local 416 oppose items 7 and 8. We ask for a continuance or a no vote today. The developer Mitsui has refused to hire responsible contractors. It has refused to hire locally from all trades. That's from all trades, not just one. If you move this project forward, they get a 50-story skyscraper while the working Angelinos fall further behind. Please stand with the workers of your communities struggling to make ends meet by continuing this item until all of LA's local and skilled workforce in this project. Otherwise, we call on you to reject this with a no vote today. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Calling a few more names: Zach Strasters, Athena Noak, Mark Ortsky, Nella Koo, Patricia Louise, Philip Lin, and In Boy Developer.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Teresa León. Estoy aquí para expresar mi oposición al octavo proyecto Grand and
Un
Hope.
segundito, señora. Hello, my name is Teresa, and I'm here to oppose to item number 8.
Como puede alguno de ustedes pensar en hacer avanzar este proyecto?
How can any of you think about continuing with this project
Cuando hay miles de personas que necesitan desesperadamente un lugar accesible para vivir.
when there are millions of people looking desperately for a good place to live?
Somos personas trabajadoras que todos podemos beneficiarnos de lugares más accesibles para vivir.
We're all very hard worker people that we could all benefit from having accessible places to live.
E incluso dedicar el 10 o el 15% de estas unidades que sean accesibles.
And even giving 10% or 15% to these units to make them accessible.
Tendría un gran impacto. Por favor, piensen en el bien de Los Ángeles y en el que necesitamos y vote no a este proyecto hasta que dediquen unidades para que sean accesibles.
Please think about the very big impact that it would have on Los Angeles. Please make sure to vote no on this project until we can make sure that we have accessible living units for and give them accessibility.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity for me to be here. My name is Sarah Avion, and I'm here to speak and vote against agenda number 7 and 8. I'm a community member. I volunteer everywhere in different school districts and different community groups and organizations, and a lot of them are nonprofit. I am a Latina, and I work with a lot of the Latino community, so I hear a lot of the outcry that comes from a lot of the things they speak on, and I can tell you, at least from what I hear in there is a housing crisis, and then from what I understand, the city of Los Angeles, I want to say, is almost like in a category of state of emergency with the homelessness. So I think that it would be much appreciated if a lot of the units, for example, that would be proposed with this project would actually be of much benefit if it went to, I like to call it reasonable housing or just living, because a lot of Angelinos are currently almost surviving. I speak as an Angelino myself, and the last time I checked, this project was titled as luxury apartments. I am a resident in Los Angeles, and I can tell you I definitely cannot afford anything luxurious in this city, but I'm very proud to live here, and I see a lot of hope, and it's a beautiful city. So I really just strive for seeing how LA can be, like I side with a lot of the members that said, this is a multicultural city. So I hope this project can really work to benefit, and I'm here not to fight any of you, just so it goes, I'm not here to fight my city, no members. I just really wish that this can go in support of the people of Los Angeles. So I would implore you, and let's work together, and hopefully we can have a vote on this project, because it's for the people of Los Angeles, not for corporations. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Owen McCarron, and I'm here to speak on items 7 and 8 on behalf of my client, GIP 7th Street LLC, and its parent, Digital Realty. The applicant on this item, 8th Grand and Hope, and my client, owner of the property just to the north at 727 South Grand, have reached an agreement that resolves their dispute concerning their respective development projects. Accordingly, we are no longer pursuing an appeal of the City Planning Commission's approval of the entitlements and environmental review for Mitsui's development project. I also want to clarify that our notice emailed to city staff earlier today, due to the agreement reached with 8th and Grand, we no longer oppose the project, and my client is no longer pursuing its appeal. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Pastor Zach, and I'm here today to speak against items number 7 and 8. You know, it's been a privilege to serve the community with many of the council members that are here today over the last 7 or 8 years, to see your toil and your sweat in the streets, not only to gain the respect of the people, but to do what's necessary to make Los Angeles a better place. Many of the council members here today and their staff are near and dear to me, but it wasn't always the case that I was able to function at that level. Once upon a time, I was a homeless drug addict, lost in the streets, and there was a system, including churches and recovery homes and great people in the community that helped me to gain an understanding about how to stand on my own 2 feet. And there were many people that were providing opportunities, and many of those people, such as the locals you see in this room, were a part of that process. And when opportunities like this come to be able to help to lift people off the ground, when you have 500 units that you can dedicate at least 11%, at least 64% of those units, you can make an impact where people like me, like I was, don't have to stay in the streets, but you can give them a hand up. We don't have to worry about whether or not the developer has the money. They have plenty of attorneys. They can turn this project around. They can make an impact, and you can hold them accountable. We look at you as heroes behind this dais, and today is an opportunity to be that hero. You have a choice. You have a chance to make a difference in LA. Every single voice that's in the streets of LA would cry out and call to you. We need 250,000 more housing units. We need 800,000 more affordable housing units. Today is your opportunity to stop this development from moving forward in raising rents and gentrifying everything that we are opposed to in Los Angeles. You have an opportunity to take 64 families off of the streets and put them in houses. Do what needs to be done. Continue this item, and if the developer doesn't want to come to terms, there is only one reasonable option: deny this project. God bless you.
Good afternoon. My name is Patricia Lewis. I'm here to talk on items 7 and 8. I'm an owner of a condo at Skylofts located at 801 South Grand, which are directly across the street from the proposed tower at Hope, Grand, and 8th. The adverse environmental impact to our property in regards to light, glare, and shading will be significant. We've submitted written comments regarding our concerns, which were addressed in the EIR, although we felt our comments were largely disregarded. We expect our property value to be negatively impacted and have proposed ways in which the developer could mitigate the harm. Disregard for the value of private property should not be permitted by this committee. In addition, we see on the agenda that the developer has requested to pay a fee in lieu of planting the required number of trees. I do not agree with that. I hope that the committee would not approve that request. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Philip Lynn. This is in regards to items 7 and 8. I don't represent any union, just a small Sky Association HOA of 200 residents, of which Ms. Lewis is a part of, that will be directly impacted by the proposed development. We don't have any knowledge of the local unions and their work with Mitsui, although we sincerely hope it works out to everyone's benefit. But we do want a partnership and common sense development and planning with the project or any project that comes up in this area. We do want activation, more activation of this area. We do want some sort of development there other than the current open lot and parking structure that's there that's a bit problematic. But we also want a good partner who's able to partner in terms of public safety, sanitation, logistics, the same way we have a partnership with the adjacent buildings that are there today. Some concerns that we have are things like traffic. The 8th and Fig project had really no regard or planning for local traffic safety and the residents that live there. In several instances, it took 45 minutes to drive a car 3 blocks from Grand all the way up to Figueroa. So 8th Street is a major corridor for the highway, so we want that to be a consideration in the planning here. Construction dust, noise mitigation of the development, the blocking of the entire north side of our building, a good design of the entrances and exits. We don't want to, again, have traffic congestion at the intersection at 8th and Grand. It's already Whole Foods, 8th and Grand development's already there as well. It's already getting crowded. We vote to continue this project until we can hear some viable solutions to these, to address these for your constituents that live there. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Neela Cook. I'm with Anchor Church of DTLA. I'm speaking against items number 7 and 8. Los Angeles, it needs housing. And any housing project built in Los Angeles without affordable housing is just wrong. It's that simple. Support Los Angelinos by requiring affordable housing to be a part of each of the projects. That is the only decision that is right here today. Thank you and God bless.
Hello, I'm Mark Witschke. I live at 801 South Grand, across the street from the proposed project, and I'm a retired teacher. I oppose this is for items 7 and 8. I oppose it for 2 reasons. One, because it's bad for the city and it's bad for the neighborhood. I'm very surprised that this project has gotten this far already. If you haven't noticed, we are in a housing crisis, and the last thing the city and the downtown needs is another upscale luxury apartment building. LA is one of the least affordable cities in the country already. This makes it worse, with no affordable housing. Giving funds to put low-cost housing on the outskirts avoids the problem. It is to fund and segregate the young and less well-off from the city. This section of town is a hub of convenience with numerous stores and services within walking distance. It is crucial that this accessibility is not limited to the well-heeled, but remains a shared benefit for all residents. Also, this is out of character with the neighborhood. It's a massive 50-store building. They bought air rights. There's no green space or open space in return. There's no setback. It just thrusts its profile aggressively onto the street. And what my other neighbors had already indicated, that this is going to increase congestion in an already congested area. It eliminates much parking in the neighborhood by taking away a parking structure and taking away a parking neighborhood. There is a place for a massive 50-story luxury apartment building, but it's not here, it's not in Los Angeles, and it's not in this neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Calling a few more names. Al 2X Calderon, Albert Orozco, Brett Moss, Eoin Micaron, and Jordan Cecchitelli.
Hello, I'm Athena Novak, and I'm here to represent item number 1, and I can return back up when item number 1 is called. Thank you.
All the items in general fucking public comment. So, we have this terrible, terrible project. So we're saying fuck number 7 and fuck number 8. And where's Kevin De Leon, Imelda? He's sending secret envoys today to spy on us today. Come on, Kevin, get your ass down here and sit in that fucking chair, show your face, and say, do I support this or not, instead of sending little secret envoys in the corners of the fucking chamber in a room and going behind the ropes. You know, my journalist friends, they can't get behind these velvet ropes. You know why? Because the city council's engaged in a conspiracy, that's why. Otherwise, why the fuck would you do that, John Lee Stafford B, Mr. Ethics charges? Why would you do it? And look at that fucking tower by those Chinese motherfuckers over there across from Staples Center all tagged out. This could happen again here. We don't know. They can't even afford decent union wages. They won't confirm and commit to decent living wages under Davis-Bacon to do this project because they want to skim and cheat the fucking workers working on the projects, right? You want a boiler room that explodes? You want 2.5-inch fucking piping not welded correctly to standards? Then you fucking cheat and don't hire proper union labor to do your piping and do your electric. Then that'll fucking happen. These people are sick. And look at this, 3 years, diesel fucking generators, diesel gas. I mean, what is this? So anyway, who's getting the money? Where's the payoff money? Where are the briefcases? Where are the bags of cash? Where are they? Why don't we just be honest here in this room for one fucking time? Let's find out who's got the most money. Let's find out who's paid off the most people, because that's who's going to win. I mean, let's just stop all this bullshit. There are no public hearings. You don't listen to the public. It's about who's got the fucking money. Where's the money? Show us the fucking cash. I know from the FBI files that one guy over there in Wilshire Boulevard had $8 million cash in his fucking safe. The FBI had to give it back to him, right? Because it's the cost of doing business. And we got Heather Hutt, hasn't even been elected by one vote of the electorate, and she's somehow serving 2.5 years of a 4-year term, and she's going to vote on this? Imelda, she just got here. What the fuck is she doing on the most powerful committee? And where is that sleazy Marquise Harris? Fuck this project and fuck the city council.
Tough one to follow. Hello, esteemed council members. My name is Alex Calderon. I'm with Sheet Metal Workers Local 105. I'm here to talk on agenda items 7 and 8 in opposition of 7 and 8. I just want to let you guys know, I grew up in this neighborhood not far away, 6 in Westmoreland, 523 South Westmoreland to be exact. So I know the changes in this neighborhood over the years. I grew up there in the 90s when it was a different area. Those same people, nobody from my neighborhood's still there. Projects like this are the reason why. Gentrification, people not being able to afford to live in their own neighborhoods, people who live here can't work here anymore. I don't live here anymore either. None of my family does, but we all grew up here. I want to urge you guys to take us into consideration. Look at all the trades here that are against this project. These are people who want to live in this area, people who probably once lived in this area. I implore you guys to take into consideration why there's only one trade that's for this project while everybody else is standing against it. Please vote no on 7 and 8. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Calling a few more names: Alexander Gonzalez, Anthony Guzman, Billy Cardona, Brian Germain, Carlos Martinez, Carlos Toledo. You may begin, Speaker.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Albert Orozco. I'm a representative of Local 105 Sheet Metal Workers Union, a membership of over 6,000. I'm here today to oppose 7 and 8. You could drive down any street here in downtown LA. You could see literally hundreds and maybe thousands of luxury apartments that are up for lease or vacant. What you do not see is low-income housing available. LA needs low-income housing. California needs low-income housing. So we urge you today to vote no on this. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Jordan Ceccatelli. I'm a member of Sheet Metal Workers Local 5, and I'm here to speak on 7 and 8. I implore you guys to reconsider this. Normally, I'm only speaking for sheet metal workers, but today I'm speaking for all these other building trades. And like I said, building trades. I'm not speaking for the carpenters today. They're only here to look out for themselves. I'm here, and the rest of my brothers and sisters here, to look out for everybody else here. We need projects that are good and built properly. We do labor compliance in the sheet metal workers, and I can't tell you how many times we go on projects and we see projects that are built poorly. We need the correct we need the correct trades doing the proper work. So I implore you to do what's right and either continue this or don't go through on this project. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Brett Moss. I'm a 38-year member of IBW Local 11. I'm a second-generation electrician. I was born and raised in the city of Los Angeles. As you go through downtown, I can still point out projects that my dad built before me. I can now point out projects that I've built. My son is a third generation. He's an apprentice right now. With this project, he won't be working downtown. He won't be building that project. We need local contractors. We need our people on this project. So I would urge you to either continue or flat out reject it. Thank you.
Hello, I am Alexander Gonzalez, and I am a pipe fitter apprentice with Local 250. I live locally, and I am eager to work. I know that I will not be able to work on this project unless the contractor agrees to allow all skilled trades to work on this project so that the job can be executed properly and efficiently. Oppose this project. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Billy Cardona. I'm with Local 433. I'm here with my union brothers and sisters. Downtown's the place I got to work for. I got to build things here. You know, our unions have depth and weight here. We're infinite iron workers. We work for the result. We take pride in what we do. We like to build and have it secured for people to live in. So no on 7 and 8. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Anthony Guzman. I'm a member of Local 433. I oppose this project and just wish you guys can think about this and vote no.
Good afternoon. My name is Carlos Toledo, Sprinkler Fitters Local 709, and we strongly oppose this project. As you can see with all my members here, we're not all being involved in this project here, right? They mentioned before the project previously was involvement of every trade, and here we are not. So we strongly oppose it. Not only that, State Fire Marshal requires state certifications for fire sprinklers. We as a union, we enforce our guys to make sure they have that card. So it behooves all of you guys to make sure every union is involved for the safety of every Angelino. Thank you very much.
My name is Carlos Martinez. I'm a iron worker for Local 433. I used to live in the neighborhood of Melrose and Virgil and have been eager to come back to work into the city. If you would please urge to either a continuance or a vote no so we can get the trades back into the city, that'd be great. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Germain. I'm with Sheet Metal Workers, Local 105, here in the Los Angeles area. We have over 6,000 members. It's a diverse membership, and that's similar to what we're asking here for this project tonight. This project is solely committed to one, but in our industry, we recognize that there are multiple crafts and trades. And so we're asking for diversification. We're asking for our opportunity to bring in our next generation, and those that have been in it retire out. Our trades have been here in LA for over a century. But we want to continue building and continue bringing back that benefit to our community. So once again, my name is Brian Germain. Me and the sheet metal workers here tonight are asking you to either oppose or continue the project. Thank you for your support.
All right, thank you to all the speakers today. I know we have additional speakers signed up for items 7 and 8, but we are under some time constraint limits to keep our quorum here. It Plum, and we've satisfied the amount of time needed for public comment. So at this time, colleagues, if there are no questions for items 1 and 2 or any objections, I'd like to take these items on consent. Seeing no objections, Mr. Mejia, can you please read the recommendations for these items?
Yes, sir. So for item number 1, we would be approving the environmental clearance, the Sustainable Communities Environmental Assessment, the SKIA, the Mitigation Monitoring Program, and the findings that are contained in the Planning Department report dated April 17, 2024, for the proposed construction of this multifamily project, which contains 41 dwelling units, 5 units set aside for extremely low-income households situated in CD 13. And for item 2, it would be the recommendation to approve the vesting zone and height district change ordinance and the environmental findings recommended in the Planning Commission report dated April 16, 2024. If you're recommending approval of these, I will call the roll now, sir. Mr. Harris-Dawson is absent. Mr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Yaroslavsky?
Yes.
Ms. Padilla?
Yes.
Ms. Hutt?
Aye.
That's 4 ayes, and those items are approved, sir. They're approved.
For 1 and 2?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's move to item number 3. Today, we have the mayor's appointment for the City Planning Commission. I believe Ms. Diaz is here with us, if you don't mind coming to the table. Good afternoon, Ms. Diaz. Thank you so much for being here. If you could do us a favor and just tell us a little bit about you and your background and a little bit why you want to be on this commission.
Is this already on? Thank you. Good afternoon, members of the committee. I have, first of all, I am a resident of the city of Los Angeles, specifically the Northeast San Fernando Valley. And I've lived in the city of LA with my family for the last 22 years in the same community, in the same house. And over the last, so that is within Council District 7. Over the last 6.5 years, I've served as the North Valley Area Planning Commissioner for the Northeast San Fernando Valley. And I've had the opportunity to hear many cases and of various unique projects that come to that commission. I had the opportunity to consult with the rest of the committee members for that. So today here, what is my interest for being in the City Planning Commission? I feel that as I look at the various documents and everything that the research that I have done and everything that I've read, the needs of all of the construction that's going on in the city of LA to meet the needs for the housing needs that the city has. My 30+ years of experience, they're mainly in state government. Those are working for critical agencies that have a role in the approval sometimes of some of the issues that we find in this project. More specifically, I have spent over 15 years working for the California Department of Toxic Substances Control, otherwise known as ZTSC, and over 15 years working for the California Air Resources Board in various capacities. I also have a couple years of work experience in the private sector while working as a consultant for the Los Angeles Unified School District in the school construction when that was going on during its time. So I feel that experience, as well as my civic activities and engagement that I've had over the course of my career in being a resident of the city of Los Angeles, brings a good balance to the City Planning Commission, and I'm here to answer any of your questions.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I know that you spend time as the North Valley Area Planning Commission, the commission that oversees Council District 12, and I always love having people from the North Valley, whether it's east or west, serve on citywide commissions. So I appreciate your willingness to serve. Colleagues, are there any questions for this candidate for City Planning Commission? All right, seeing it as there is none, let's see. If there are no other questions, then I recommend we approve this appointment of Macias. Thank you, and we will see you at full council approving approval. If you can please call the roll.
Yes. Mr. Harris Dawson absent. Mr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Yaroslavsky?
Yes.
Ms. Padilla?
Yes.
Ms. Hutt?
Yes.
So that's 4 ayes, and that's approved.
Thank you, Ms. Diaz, for your willingness to serve, and we will see you at full council.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Mayor, can we take up items 4 and 5 together?
Yes, sir, but separate votes when you vote on it.
Okay, can we move on to those items then?
So item 4 is a categorical exemption from CEQA, the related findings and the report from the Planning Commission. It includes an appeal by Supporters Alliance for Environmental Responsibility, SAFER, challenging the approval of the environmental clearance. This is for a 128-unit mixed-use building. 13 of the units set aside as affordable housing units. The project is in CD2. In the related item 5, this is a report from the Planning Department as to the recommendation to approve the Sustainable Communities Project exemption for this transit-oriented project. And the Planning Department staff is present, sir.
Thank you very much. If you would mind presenting your report.
Sure, absolutely. Well, good afternoon, honorable council members. My name is Moore Song, planning staff with LA City Planning. Again, items 4 and 5 are before us now. Item 4 is Council File 23-1419, and item 5 is 23-1419-S1. And this is all involving a proposed mixed-use residential and commercial building with 128 residential units, including 13 set aside for extremely low-income households and approximately 5,000 square feet of commercial ground floor space. Again, item 4 is an appeal of the project's environmental clearance, which is a Class 32 categorical exemption. And then item 5 is an additional environmental clearance for the project, a Sustainable Communities Project Exemption, or SCPE, or SCIPPY. The appeal for item 4 today is filed by the Lozo Drury Law Firm on behalf of the Supporters Alliance for Environmental Responsibility, or SAFER. The city has evaluated the appeal, including the additional correspondence submitted yesterday by the appellant, and concludes that there is no substantial evidence of any significant environmental impacts. It's also worth noting that SAFER previously appealed the project to the City Planning Commission in late 2023, and the CPC also found no merit to the appeal at that time and denied the appeal. City Planning continues to maintain that based on the project's environmental analysis, there is no merit to the appeal, and that the Class 32 categorical exemption is the adequate and proper environmental clearance for this project. For item 5, the project applicant has submitted a SCIPPY as an additional environmental clearance for the project. City Planning has reviewed the SCIPPY and concludes that based on the findings set forth in Public Resources Code section 21155.1, the project does qualify for a SCIPPY. And specifically in response to the appellant's comments submitted yesterday, there is no significant evidence of there's no substantial evidence of any significant health hazards from exposure to hazardous substances. There are no federal or state regulatory thresholds that would be exceeded, and most importantly, that no mitigation measures are needed for the project. So that all being said, City Planning maintains that this project will be beneficial and provide much needed housing for the community, including 13 restricted affordable units, and that there is no merit to the appeal. So therefore, Planning recommends denial of the appeal for item 4 and adoption of the SCIPPY as an additional environmental clearance for the project for item 5. I am available for any questions or comments, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Ms. Song, I believe that there's someone here, the appellant from SAFER, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the name, Marjana Bubo. Are you here? If you can come to the dais, and you have 3 minutes to Hello, Mr. Weaver. You have 3 minutes to present your appeal.
Good afternoon, members of the POEM Committee. My name is Chase Preciado, and I am a legal assistant with Wiseau Jury LLP, speaking on behalf of SAFER, the Supporters Alliance for Environmental Responsibility, and its members living, working, and recreating in and around Los Angeles. SAFER appeals the Planning Commission's decision to allow this project to proceed under a Class 32 categorical exemption, and I would like to highlight a couple reasons as to why. SAFER incorporates our previously submitted comments for this project, including those when this project was only being introduced under the Class 32 categorical exemption. Now, the applicant seeks an SCPE. For similar reasons we've argued before, an exemption from CEQA is improper. SAFER's independent experts reviewed the project and found similarities in how the exemption documents were prepared with regard to hazardous waste that had been identified on a project site. Specifically, the hazard reports compare their analyses based on commercial standards. And while this is a mixed-use development with commercial on the first floor, the vast majority of this 7-story building is residential. As such, the conclusions that the project will not have a significant effect based on commercial standards is misleading because both the category exemption and SCPE omit critical analysis on how the project will affect future residential tenants. Our independent experts prepared additional studies in response to this omission using the same guidance that the SCPE uses and found that residential tenants would be exposed to concentrations of benzene and tetrachloroethylene that exceed state and federal standards. Therefore, contrary to what the SCPE asserts, mitigation measures are required in order to be granted the exemption. For the foregoing reasons, as well as those asserted in our comment letter, SAFER respectfully requests the city to accept our appeal and deny the proposed exemptions. Instead, an MND or EIR is required. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I believe we have the applicant here to present their project, Jessica Pakdaman.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, honorable council members. My name is Dave Rand with the law firm Rand, Pastor & Nelson, representing the applicant, Grug Properties. Disappointed to see this project appealed, council members. This is an excellent project where the applicant worked extensively for quite a long time with the local community stakeholders to build support. The neighborhood council backed this project after the applicant agreed to incorporate a ground floor arts use, which was very important given this project sits in the heart of the North Hollywood Arts District. It brings needed affordable housing and market rate housing, as well as arts uses, to an area that is well served by transit, a light rail station. The arguments that brought us here today are baseless, have been fully rebutted in the record. There is beyond substantial evidence, particularly addressing SAFER's main objection, which is that this project would somehow create environmental hazards or health risks to future residents. There was a phase 1, a phase 2, and a preliminary endangerment assessment conducted to evaluate this issue. All reports found that there are no recognized environmental conditions on site, there are no remediation requirements, and that the standards that were applied are appropriate because vapor intrusion will not affect future tenants, because this project is building out a fully ventilated subterranean parking garage and locating no residential uses on the ground floor. In addition, all the other arguments that have been raised by SAFER relative to potential noise impacts, traffic impacts, have been responded by experts, and substantial evidence suggests that both the categorical exemption is appropriate for this project as well as the SCPE exemption. When the Planning Commission looked at this issue, their response was essentially, if you cannot approve a categorical exemption for this kind of mixed income project with affordable housing in the heart of the transit-richest area in the city of Los Angeles, you can't approve it anywhere. So with that, we strongly urge that you deny this appeal today, uphold the exemption, let this good project go forward for North Hollywood. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Seeing as this project is located in Council District 2, do we have a representative from Council District 2 here with us today?
Good afternoon, Tiffany Zaytunian, Planning Deputy here on behalf of CD2. Our office is in support of denying the appeal and sustaining the City Planning Commission's decision, as well as adopt the Sustainable Communities Project exemption as an additional environmental clearance for the proposed project due to the appellant not providing any substantial evidence of any significant environmental impacts. Thank you.
All right, colleagues, do you have any questions regarding this item? Seeing as there's no other questions, I recommend that we deny the appeal filed by the supporters of Alliance for Environmental Responsibility and thereby sustain the determination of the Planning Commission to approve the environmental clearance categorical exemption from CEQA for the construction of a new 128-unit mixed-use building and with 13 dwelling units set aside for affordable or extremely low-income households for the property located at 5240 North Lancashire Boulevard. Mr. Mejia, can you please call the roll on this item?
Yes, this is for item 4. Mr. Harris-Dawson absent. Mr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Jaroslavsky?
Yes.
Ms. Padilla?
Yes.
Ms. Hutt?
Yes.
That's 4 ayes, and that item is approved as a denial. And then you need to read the recommendation for item 5, sir.
Okay. Colleagues, do you have any questions for item number 5? All right, I move that we approve the Planning Department's determination in its report dated March 15th, 2024, that the proposed project located at 5240 North Lancashire Boulevard qualifies for Sustainable Communities Project exemption as set forth in Section 21155 of the Public Resource Code, inasmuch as it is a transit priority project and thereby exempt from CEQA for the construction of a new 128-unit mixed-use building. As I said earlier, 13 of those units, dwelling units set aside as affordable for extremely or low-income households. Mr. Mejia, can you please call the roll on this?
Yes, sir. Mr. Harris-Dawson absent. Mr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Jaroslavsky?
Yes.
Ms. Padilla?
Yes.
Ms. Hutt?
Yes.
That's 4 ayes, and that action carries, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mejia. Can we move on to items 7, 8, and take them together?
Yes, and the vote would be separate, again, as it was in the prior items.
Okay, it's my understanding that there has been an agreement arranged. If Mr. Edgar Kalashian can come up to the mic to speak.
That's a long walk. Ready? Good afternoon, honorable members of the Plum Committee. My name is Edgar Kaladian. I'm a partner at the Mayer Brown Law Firm and here on behalf of Mitsui Fudosan America. In the spring of 2020, before a COVID vaccine was even a thought, Mitsui made the decision to commence construction of a nearly 450-unit high-rise at 8th and Figueroa, a few blocks away from the project site. At a time when no one was investing, yet alone commencing construction, Mitsui bet on LA by investing hundreds of millions of dollars in our great city. This investment led to nearly 6,000 construction jobs, mostly union, and a $740 million investment in LA's economy. We need more people to believe in and bet on Los Angeles. I also want to take a minute to thank our brothers and sisters with the Carpenters Union. As we did with the recently completed tower at 8th and Fig, we are excited to work with labor. I want to make it clear, the applicant is not anti-labor. As was said earlier today on many occasions, the tower that was just completed 2 blocks from the site, we had an agreement with Creed. We did not have an agreement with the carpenters, yet we used the carpenters. Every project is different. Some are able to enter into certain agreements, and some are not. This particular project will result in $720 million in our local economy with over 5,600 construction jobs. All of that being said, we are respectfully requesting that the Plum Committee continue the item until its June 18th, 2024 meeting. We waive all limitations on that, including any potential SB 330 limitations on the number of hearing, and we will confirm the continuance request in writing later today. Thank you, and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. So with consent from the applicant, Madam Clerk, we will continue this item, items 7 and 8 to June 18th in this committee. Mr. Mejia, I don't know if you have to take them up separately or together?
Technically, no, because it's being continued.
Okay, thank you. Call the roll, please.
Yes, I'll call the roll. Mr. Harris Dawson, absent. Mr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Yarosowski?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Ms. Padilla?
Correct me, we voting on the item or the continuation?
On the continuance, ma'am.
Continuous and yes.
Yes. And Ms. Hutt?
Yes.
So those 4 ayes on the continuance, and that item has, those items rather, have been continued to June the 18th, 2024.
All right. Madam Clerk, can you confirm if there are any other items on the desk?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear, sir.
I was asking Madam Clerk
Oh.
if there's any other items on desk.
Yes, that's.
Okay. Seeing that there's no other items, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.